So how many times have you gone to Costco and you've noticed that employees' badges say employee since 2010? Sometimes employee since the 1900s. Have you ever seen a silver badge? That means they've been an employee for at least 25 years. The reason we have so many employees that have been there for so long is the benefits. You may have heard one way or another that Costco employees get amazing benefits. I mean, even me as an employee, that I have been there for 15 years, almost 16, I get that all of the time. People look at my badge and they don't expect me to have been there since 2008. And they're like, wow, you must really like your job, or the benefits must be really good, or the pay is really good. And that's pretty true to all of it. The pay that we get for the type of job is really good, especially after working there for so long. And we'll get into that in just a second. So here are some of the benefits that we as employees get. Aside from the health benefits, which we will get into in just a minute, that was hard to say, Costco employees get a free membership. So for the first 90 days, we get the normal membership, just the gold star. And then after the 90 days, if we're still employed, we get the executive membership. But not only are we getting the 2% cash back from all of our purchases at Costco, but our memberships also get 3 additional spots for members. Whereas the normal membership only has 2, we get 4. Now do take in mind, just because we have 4 people total in our membership doesn't mean that we all accumulate 2% cash back. Only the Costco employee will make that. Unless they get married or have a domestic partner, then that one person will also accrue 2% cash back as a membership, but the other 2 will not. Another really cool thing about the membership is that we can apply for the city card and we'll most likely get approved even if we have no credit. At least that's how it was for me when I first started working at Costco, and it was the American Express. It was actually my second card, but my first credit card only had like a $500 limit, so it was really nice to get that card from Costco. Now you're probably also wondering, do we get any discounts at the store? And the truth is we don't. We don't get any discounts. We don't get any special prices or anything like that for anything in the store, not even the food court items. We don't get free drinks or free hot dogs or free pizza or anything like that. We still have to pay the same way you all do. We also don't get first dibs on items. So items like Fairlife, which I don't know if this is all over the country, but at least in my region, when we get 1 or 2 pallets of Fairlife chocolate protein, it sells out within 5 to 6 hours. Like, it's just gone. So we as employees, we don't get first dibs on that. Like, we don't get to grab one before we open and say, yep, this is mine. We have to wait until our first break, our lunch, or we get off the clock to buy anything. So our pay is pretty good. So we get these little books. This is our employee agreement, and this gets reviewed every, I believe, 3 years. And every 3 years, all of the employees submit their thoughts and opinions on work, really. We also are able to submit suggestions as to like what we would like to see in this employee agreement, and it includes everything from medical and health benefits to pay raises to compensation to vacation to holidays, all that stuff. So, as of this last book, Costco employees, as soon as you get hired, you start at $18.50. And it doesn't matter if you're part-time or full-time, you get a pay raise every 1,040 hours. So, if you're a full-time employee, that means that every 26 weeks, you're going to get a raise. And if you're a part-time employee, then that means that you will get a raise every 43 weeks at least. That's if you work a minimum of 24 hours a week, but most part-time employees at Costco tend to work closer to 30 hours. Now, one cool thing about Costco employees is that we get vacation and PTO, or personal time off, or paid time off, whether you're full-time or part-time. So when it comes to PTO, we start accruing time after 90 days of employment. And you get a small percentage per hour that you work at Costco, but then that starts accumulating. So whenever you need a day off or you're feeling sick, you can use that time to cover your shift. Vacation time comes in after 1 year. And you start with 1 week's vacation pay, and it goes all the way to 5 years. That's the maximum that you can get as an employee. And typically it takes, I believe it's 6 years to get the 5 weeks. Now, one cool thing about PTO and vacation is that you can roll over some of that time after the first year. So any time that you haven't used, you can use it later. But there's limits to it. I believe vacation pay is 40 hours, so you can only roll over 40 hours every year. And PTO, I believe it's 70 hours. you can accrue up to 72 hours and you can roll over 72 hours. And the way that works is that you'll roll over 72 hours and then you'll start accumulating, but anything over those 72 hours the next year will, like, you'll have to use that or else you lose it. So you can never have more than 72 hours every anniversary. I hope that makes sense. I know it sounds a little complicated, but it makes sense. We also get 8 paid holidays: New Year's Day, MLK, Easter, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving Day, and Christmas Day. 7 of those days Costco is closed and therefore we're getting paid. And the MLK, they actually, what they do, because Costco doesn't close on MLK, is they allow us to pick a day somewhere around the MLK holiday for us to get paid as a holiday. So that's how that works. Also, something really cool that I didn't know and I found out by reading this little book before I made this video is that we get paid for jury duty, and we get paid our full rate. So up to 40 hours for full-time employees and up to 30 hours for part-time employees. So if you get jury duty and you're a Costco employee, you're good. You're not going to be missing any pay. Another cool detail that Costco offers its employees is that if you work in one of the food departments, food court, deli, bakery, meat department, you usually are required to wear non-slip shoes. And if you work in stock, if you do the forklift, really anywhere at Costco, you should be wearing steel top shoes. Is that what they're called? Steel shoes, with the steel cover. Anyway, Costco will reimburse you every year. So once a year you get reimbursement. Up to $75 for the steel toe boot. Steel toe, that's what it is. And $30 for non-slip shoes. So you're taken care of. There's no excuses because safety is first. And now to the medical benefits. So yes, Costco has amazing medical benefits, even for part-timers. You get health care. You get a pharmacy program where you can get discounts with your pharmacy items. You get dental, you get vision care, you can get an FSA card. We get short-term and long-term disability. We can get life insurance. We just have a lot of services available to us as employees. And I feel like not a lot of employees really understand like how many resources we have available. And one of the best things that you can do as an employee is to go into the Costco benefits website and you can look at everything that you have available. In addition to the medical benefits, you also get a 401k, and there's also an employee stock purchase plan. That means that every paycheck you can put in a certain amount of your choosing to go into Costco stock. And once you've accumulated enough to buy one stock, Costco will purchase that stock for you, and then you just keep going and going and going. I did this when I first started. I didn't understand the stock market very well, and I sold it a couple of years after I started, because again, I was like, oh, free money. Imagine if I had kept that this whole time. 15 years worth of stocks. That would have been great. So I just want to show you real quick the website. So Costco benefits, you have all of these things. You have answers to all of your questions. Leave of absence, retirement, life change. Like, it's so good to know that Costco takes care of you when unexpected life changes occur, like having a baby, divorce, a death in the family, moving, buying a home. Like, I had a friend who just transferred to a different state, and Costco worked with him to be able to get some time off to move, and also like figure out a way to facilitate everything, like the transfer into a different Costco. Me, last year, I actually had a pretty bad like back injury, and I was able to take short-term disability, so I was still covered even though I couldn't go to work. Back to the website. I love that you can find doctors, you can find dentists. Like, this will help you get everything in order. And one of the things that I just found out is the Second MD. Second MD is great if you have any questions about any medical issues that you're going through. That second opinion could be everything, and they're very quick and very helpful. With Second MD, you can get connected by phone or video to a board-certified specialist for any expert medical consultation. Whether you're faced with a new or existing diagnoses, upcoming surgery, or healthcare decision and want to learn more about your treatment options, Second MD can help. This is confidential and no cost to Costco employees and dependent enroll in a Costco medical plan. Like, this is awesome. And I feel like not a lot of employees know that we have these resources so readily available to us. So if you're a Costco employee, I highly recommend that you go into the Costco benefits. If you're not a Costco employee and you're looking into getting a job at Costco, or you're deciding between Costco and someone else, sometimes the benefits make it worth it. Even as a part-timer, just to let you know, when I was a part-time employee, I was still getting amazing benefits and it didn't cost very much. Anyway, that's it for Costco employee benefits. I hope I answered some questions for both people that are just curious about employee benefits, and for Costco employees that didn't know that you had these benefits. If you have any more questions, again, please let me know in the comment section below. There's so much information, but if you ask me some specific questions, I will look into it and answer that question. If you want to talk to a manager or your supervisor, they'll be able to help you out. Or again, you can go into costcobenefits.com and you can talk to you can chat with people and ask all the questions that you need to. I've had to call a couple of times just with random questions for like specific situations I had in my life, and they really are super helpful. They're very friendly. I never felt like they were being condescending toward me or anything like that, so I highly recommend that you check it out. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, ask me the questions that you want to, and that's it. We'll see you guys next time.